Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Skyrim mods showcase. Today will be my final episode of the best mods of 2024 series. As you know, there's simply too many amazing mods to fit into one video, so be sure to check out the playlist for the complete list of this year's best. This will be the last video of 2024 as I'm preparing something major for 2025. I think some of you already know what I'm talking about. Anyways, let's get right into the video. Alright, the first few mods that I'll be sharing are mods that adds new flavor to the game. We can't end this year without the best quest mods of the fourth quarter this year. And if I'm being honest with you all, we got a great selection for today. We have Olenveld, an adventure quest mod that introduces you to a new massive location where you are introduced to a unique questline and an island recapturing system. Upon arriving, you will seek answers and attempt to understand what went wrong to the island. You'll even have the chance to restore some of the towns to its former glory. However, this is no easy task, as you will face a plethora of challenges, fearsome undead creatures, new enemy types, and much more. Overall, the island's fate is in your hands. This quest mod should take around 3 to 5 hours to complete, which I can assure you'll have lots of fun exploring the island. By the way, the mod is made by one developer who has been developing the mod for more than 5 years now, and I must say it's pretty well built for a single developer. Next, we have Gravewind, another adventure quest mod that introduces a mysterious old Nordic legend that tells of Orcay, walking shadows and the death of an old priestess countless centuries ago. And at the heart of it all, the strange realm of Gravewind, where you now have to uncover the mysterious of the said location. When exploring Gravewind, you'll get to experience its expansive multi-layered dungeon littered with a ton of unique forms of undead that will try to stop you. You'll traverse through catacombs, traps, and even an underground city populated entirely by ghosts and golems. If you survive all these, you'll have the chance to reign over it as a Lord of Lost Undead, or the alternate ending where you'll see Gravewind crumble into nothing. The choice is yours, and I personally love the fact that the author has given us choices on what the outcome we want to happen. Another adventure quest mod I want to share is the Coda. I recently showcased this, but in case you haven't watched it, this mod basically sets you on a journey to uncover the sudden mysterious sighting of a destroyed Numidium created by the Dwemer. It's basically from another timeline interrupting your current timeline, which the Numidium was not supposed to exist. And now to expel it, you'll have to work with the Psijic Order and face a ton of new challenges. You'll get to fight new enemy types, brainwashed enemies, and even explore a new location with tons of things to uncover. It's worth noting though, there are no English voice lines at the moment, so if you do not mind, I recommend trying the mod out. Next up, we have Ashe Crystal Heart. From the creators of Serena Dialogue add-on, Ashe, a potential follower, comes with her own set of mysterious quests. Driven by vengeance, Ashe embarks on a journey to confront her past and find new purpose. You'll then slowly uncover the mysterious reasons on what made her seek vengeance. With over 3,000 lines of dialogue fully voiced by talented actors, her stories offers a depth rarely seen in Skyrim. Ashe is a dynamic super follower, meaning her relationship with you evolves based on your choices. As you get to know her and progress further, you unlock features such as training, sparring, and blacksmithing services. Overall, unlike generic follower mods who don't have a fitting or interesting backstory, the quality of the mod is no doubt one of the best, as it brings you through a compelling story that makes us want to know more about Ashe and her story.
Have you ever explored a Nordic ruin before?
And lastly, we have another amazing follower mod that also has a unique storyline. Heart of Ice, Astrid custom voice follower. Astrid, Ivor's daughter, is a battle-hardened warrior from the cold Roskrea island. Shaped by a lifetime of conflict and triumph, she initially appears arrogant and cold. However, as you delve deeper, you'll discover her true purpose in Skyrim, which was to recover a stolen artifact from her village. As the protagonist, you have the opportunity to rescue her from a dangerous situation and over time, potentially evolve into her closest friend or even a romantic partner, should you prove worthy. The mod currently has 2,350 voice lines, 3 unique and dynamic main storylines, 4 side quests, 4 different endings, extensive dialogue progression, world awareness, and much more. Though the quest for this mod isn't that long, it still has an interesting story for you to uncover. With quest mods out of the way, we can now proceed to the best mods that overhaul specific locations. First, we have a series of Orc overhaul location mods. Orc Exiles Rift Watchtower is a mod that completely overhauls the Rift Watchtower into a more convincing ruined state that has been overtaken by the Orcs. The author has added more ruined walls, tower, Orc buildings, more bandits, and even a ton of appropriate clutter objects. And for those who loves playing as a stealth character, the author has added multiple entry points. I personally think the author did another great job in transforming this boring location into something worth checking out. Another Orc overhaul mod would be Orc Exiles the Tusk Keep. This Imperial Ruin Tusk Keep has now been taken over by the Orcs. The mod does a great job by expanding the location size while still keeping it in a ruined state. There will now be bigger spiky walls, a massive gate that you need to bypass before even entering the keep, and of course more Orc bandits to eliminate. And lastly, for the Orc overhaul series, we have Orc Exiles Bilegulch Stronghold. Just like the previous two, this mod overhauls the bandit camp at Bilegulch Mine to be more fortified compared to what the location was in vanilla. By overhauling the exteriors with fortifications, Bilegulch will be a much more dangerous fortress to clear out. There are a ton of walls and gates that you need to go through, plus there will be also a new Orc longhouse with fitting interiors and of course extra bandits. Overall, with these mods, the location overhauled will definitely look more epic and intimidating. Moving on, we have Deadly Dragon Lair locations. This mod enhances the ambience of each Dragon Lair locations by combining all the author's overhauls into a single mod, featuring new structures and a more immersive Nordic ruin vibe. The nice upgrades seamlessly integrate into the existing environment, while still providing a noticeable improvement to the location aesthetic. For instance, Autumn Watchtower now features reworked interiors with thoughtful clutter that adds a personal touch. Each of the other locations feels significantly improved as well, and the added structures in each location blends naturally into the surroundings. I personally love how the author overhauled these ancient dragon lairs, as it makes each location more interesting and intimidating. Lastly, for landscape overhauls, we have Icy Dungeons Pack, a mod that basically replaces Nordic ruins to have a more unique and fitting icy aesthetics. Now both the interiors and some of the exteriors will feature the icy look. It honestly would make sense that these Nordic ruins up north or ruins around cold areas have a somewhat frozen state of their structures. It's also nice to see more variety when exploring Nordic ruins, so having this mod will definitely give you that. Now let's proceed to mods that enhances or replaces UI and a brand new sound mod that makes a certain location more eerie. We first have EugeneUI Modern Skyrim Interface. Inspired by Untarnished UI, the author has evolved their passion work into a fully standalone UI overhaul. Having that sleek and modern interface, we can now experience a true modern UI in Skyrim, from the map's menu, inventory, main menu, and much more. It's also worth noting that, right out of the box, there are a ton of reskin patches for other popular UI mods like True HUD, Quick Loot EE, Detention Meter, Compass Overhaul, and much more. Overall, EugeneUI is currently my favorite UI mod to use in my own mod list. Next, we have STB Widgets. This mod aims to make your game more convenient by adding new and useful widgets seamlessly. A few examples are STB Equip widget, which displays the name of the weapon, shout, damage, and potions. Another widget would be the Level widget, which basically shows an animated level progress where you can see how many more experience you need for the next level. And for the rest, you got the Game Time widget, Gold widget, and even a Weight widget. The Resist widget, on the other hand, shows the player's current resistance and speed. Both these includes diseases, magic, physical resistance, and much more. The best feature in my opinion is that all of these are highly customizable. You can change the style of each widget and you can move its X and Y positions with the simple interface to personalize the UIs to your liking. And for the only sound mod, we have the Hunting Harmonies of Hall March. By utilizing Sound Record Distributor, entering the Morthal Swamp will now play eerie ambient sound effects to make the experience when traveling to this location more unique. There are over 30 new ambient sound effects to keep things fresh and not repetitive. So whenever you visit the area, you'll definitely hear something new every time. I also want to mention that I am currently using the other sound mods that the author has made, as it makes the best experience overall. Anyways, here's a preview of what you can expect when visiting the location. Let's now move on to some of the best clothing and accessories that we can find on Nexus. Their Necessities SMP Accessories is currently my favorite mod that adds lore-friendly accessories in Skyrim. You'll get to see new satchels, backpacks, cloaks, and so much more. The citizens of Tamriel will also get to use these new accessories, which adds a nice immersive touch in my opinion, as we can now see these items more naturally than just spawning them in-game. The best part is that these accessories are all physics enabled, plus each accessories comes with a variety of different designs and colors. The overall aesthetics of these items definitely fits nicely with Skyrim's world. Another mod that vibes well with Skyrim's world is Simple Wearable Lanterns Remastered. The mod adds 4 brand new wearable lanterns to either craft or purchase from vendors. Inspired by Dragon's Dogma, Bloodborne, and Elden Ring, these lanterns are equipable apparel mid-light to your surroundings. You'll now be able to explore dark dungeons without the need of holding a torch, which sometimes can hinder you from using two-handed weapons or spells. Next, we have a series of immersive dialogue mods that makes interactions with NPCs around you more unique and fun. Starting off, we have Collision Dialogue Overhaul. This mod adds 500 new voice lines for NPCs whenever you accidentally bump them. Upon bumping an NPC, they will now call you out for bumping them. They will say appropriate annoyed or angry lines towards you and occasionally some mild NSFW lines. Here are a few examples on what to expect.
Don't touch a man's buttocks like that.
Sometimes I think us guards are invisible, you know?
You like it rough,
nearly
huh?
knocked me over.
Hey, stop trying to feel my ass.
From the same author, Chatty NPCs and Followers is another immersive dialogue related mod that definitely deserves a spotlight in today's video. This mod basically enables NPCs to greet each other, ask about each other's health,
Are you alright?
and even talk with your vanilla voice followers.
Trouble much? I hope not.
Really?
I personally find this mod make the NPCs more lively as you stroll inside the cities or the outskirts of a town. Naked Comments Overhaul is another dialogue overhaul that adds more than 900 new and varied voice lines for NPCs encountering the player with no clothes on. In case you're worried of NSFW lines, do not worry, the author has only added mild comments and does not add any explicit comments.
You're strolling around as if there isn't a war on. Think again. And cover up.
My favorite feature of the mod is that the dialogues dynamically changes depending on certain conditions. If you're a Thane, for example, guards will be more respectful with the words they say to you.
Fear not. Come dragon or giant, but please put some clothes on. It's distracting.
Or if your character is a specific race, you'll have appropriate lines for it as well.
Oh, sure. I'll just add babysit a naked fool to my list of duties.
The endless possibility with all these new dialogue lines will definitely make interactions with NPCs more unique and lively. With all that out of the way, let me now share some of the best gameplay related mods this quarter. We have Skyrim's Paraglider 1. This mod is the ultimate all-in-one gliding experience as it fixes a ton of inconvenient bugs and features the original mod had. With this mod installed, you'll now have the choice to use a witch broom, a levitation gem, a Telvanni lantern, or just the default paraglider. There's even an option to enable stamina or magicka drain when using one of the paragliders. If you're using the enchanted broom or levitation gem, it will consume magicka, while the standard glider and the lantern will use stamina instead. It's also worth noting that in case you fully consumed your stamina and magicka mid-glide, you'll be able to seamlessly use the glider as soon as you have stamina or magicka available, to of course avoid your death. We all know lately, modern games have a somewhat paraglider system, and having this system in Skyrim makes traversing the landscapes more fun. Next Gen Decapitations is another gameplay mod that I think everyone should have by now. This mod fixes a ton of known crashes related to decapitation, race menu overlays, or even mods that overhauls NPCs. With this mod, you'll now have a more seamless experience slicing your foes. But that's not all, as the mod also added new features like flying helmets, hair physics upon helmet ejection if you have that enabled, better blood decals, and a more immersive experience. Of course, I recommend getting dismembering framework with this mod to have an even more seamless experience. And lastly, we have better grabbing. Not technically a gameplay mod, but I guess we can have it here. Anyways, this mod enables us to grab objects in-game in a more convenient way. In vanilla Skyrim, displaying items or grabbing items feels clunky. However, this mod basically enhances the mechanic when grabbing objects by adding a lot of quality of life features, such as allowing us to rotate the item and to even move it around. The mod also disables the collision of the grabbed object with other items, so now you can freely move it around without worrying of bumping it with another item. Overall, with this mod, it'll be a lot easier for you to move items around. And that's about it for now. In case you're looking for the other best mods of 2024, be sure to check out my 2024 playlist, which also features the other best mods this year. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Quick shout out to you all for supporting the channel ever since. It's one hell of a journey reaching this point, and I cannot be more thankful enough. So yeah, happy new year and hoping for more amazing mods this 2025. As always, stay safe and happy modding.